Diddy's world is crumbling, and Hollywood is in a panic. Rumors are swirling that Diddy holds secrets that could take down some of the most powerful names in the industry. His empire, built on music and entertainment, is now at risk as lawsuits and scandals start piling up. Insiders say if Diddy starts talking, Hollywood will burn. But this story isn't just about Diddy, it's about the entire entertainment world and the powerful people tied to him. With so many fearing what he might reveal, it seems like Tinseltown is bracing for a massive fallout. Today we're breaking down why Hollywood's elite are terrified of what Diddy could expose and how it could change everything. Next up, let's dive into what's already been revealed and why the industry is shaking. Hollywood on edge. Diddy's yacht parties were legendary, but new insider footage shows a much darker side. These weren't just fun events. Things got wild and boundaries were crossed. Reports have surfaced that the FBI may be investigating Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, for her involvement in these parties. One Hollywood insider said Diddy's parties weren't just about music and fun, they were about control and power. With A-listers regularly attending, the stakes are high. Many of Hollywood's elite now worry that their connections to Diddy could drag them into the spotlight. As more details leak, the entertainment industry is nervously waiting to see who will be exposed next. But Diddy's influence doesn't stop at parties. It goes much deeper. Let's talk about the power he holds. Diddy's unmatched influence.
Diddy in Young Miami host a New Year celebration on his luxury yacht in St. Bart's.
What's up, my brother Fab? What's how you pulled up? Yeah! Yeah!
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, for all those in London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party, this is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way.
Combs allegedly planned and controlled the sex performances, which he called freak-offs, and he often electronically recorded them.
Prosecutors say Combs punched and kicked his victims to try to keep them under control. He'd also, they say, filled them up with drugs like ketamine and ecstasy for long periods of time, even using incriminating records to try to manipulate his victims. Prosecutors say they discovered this wide range of evidence against Combs in several raids. They found things, they say, like AR-15s, narcotics, more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricants.
For years, Diddy has been at the center of Hollywood's most exclusive circles. His influence extends far beyond music. He's connected with top actors, executives, and business moguls. A former associate mentioned, Diddy has seen it all, from over-the-top parties to behind-the-scenes deals that could destroy reputations. Now, with legal troubles surrounding him, people fear Diddy might start using these secrets as leverage. If he begins revealing the things he's witnessed, it could bring down some of the most powerful figures in the industry. Hollywood insiders are on edge, knowing that Diddy has the kind of knowledge that could ruin careers. But it's not just the entertainment world that's worried. Diddy's connections go even deeper into politics. Political ties at risk.
And now that you've handed over a few kids yourself to make sure they get fixed up just like you, like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know if it's the mediocrity or you're just mad that they you first. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, but it's just, it's how do you accept an award for being something that you know you're not? How do you do that? How does Common sit around and pretend like he's a prolific black rapper when all you've done is line up amazing black women to move them out of the way when they don't go the way the Illuminati wants them to go, like Lauryn Hill, like me, like Tiffany Haddish? That's 3 women who are real as fuck, who used to deal with you, and their careers changed after you.
This morning, embattled music mogul Sean Diddy Combs will remain behind bars on charges that include sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy after a second judge overseeing his federal criminal case denied him bond once again.
The fight continues. We're not giving up by a long shot.
Outside the New York City courthouse, his lawyer defiant.
He believes he's innocent. I believe he's innocent. And we're going to fight this case with all of our might until we don't have to fight any longer.
The judge ruling the bail package presented by Combs' lawyer was insufficient, siding with prosecutors, who called Combs a threat to society, adding there is no condition that would assure that the rapper would not obstruct justice. A major topic of discussion ahead of the ruling, this troubled 2016 video that shows Combs brutally beating his then-girlfriend, singer Cassie, who prosecutors say was attempting to escape from one of Combs' so-called freak-offs, elaborated coerced sex parties that he often recorded.
I believe that women have been coming out, but nobody was listening. You understand? Nobody wanted to hear it. Did you hear that guy Van from what you call that show, was on TMZ? He said somebody told him the story about Gina years ago, but he didn't want to hear it, and he wasn't going to take it to TMZ because they was in partnership, or Diddy was in power. So he wasn't going to bring it up. Yo, you know how many girls have came to me about other artists? Women have always been telling these stories and wanted somebody to talk to or somebody to do something about it, but nobody would do it. No. The police wouldn't take it. You understand? Lawyers wouldn't take it. Now lawyers see a paycheck. They taking it. And that's what it's about.
And I'm Cindy Hsu. Sean Diddy Combs has been charged in federal court in New York City, and an indictment into the charges music mogul's facing was just unsealed in Lower Manhattan.
The indictment alleges that between 2008 and now, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced his victims. It even alleges he led a racketeering conspiracy that engaged in sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice, among other crimes.
Damian Williams, U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, is speaking right now.
And let's head to the federal courthouse in Lower Manhattan and hear more about the charges in this case.
Arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers.
I have a family member who I want you to hire them as an intern.
Yeah.
And I have never talked about this publicly. And then the internship stopped abruptly, like 3 or 4 months into it.
Yeah.
And I spoke to my family member, like, what happened? And they wouldn't say.
Yeah.
Years later, they finally came out, and this a male, Puff had said, come home, stay the night with me, or the internship is over. And absolutely not. And the internship ended. But from there, I was like, oh.
Oh, yeah. You know, we all have stories. Seriously, we all have stories. Mine is horrific, and only 5 people know it. And I probably will never tell it. But since then, I've been like, yep. And I also am very intimately aware that you tell your truth and you become victimized over and over and over and over and over and over. And mind you, I then interviewed him many times. I have a lot of stories, y'all. I've been in Hollywood for 25 years, maybe longer, 30. I got a lot of stories. Unfortunately, maybe I'll write a book one day. but it just is so traumatizing that women just want to live every day and feel safe. And when we revisit and revisit, we live in a state of victimhood, and nobody wants to live there. So for those of you like, why aren't you saying something then? Because we just want to live, we want to be happy, and we really want to forget the trauma.
It's not just Hollywood feeling the heat. Diddy's connections in the political world are also under scrutiny. Over the years, he's been seen attending high-profile political events, and sources say he knows about shady deals between politicians and Hollywood's elite. One insider explained, Diddy's parties weren't just about having fun. They were about building relationships with powerful people, including politicians. If he decides to expose what he knows, it could send shockwaves through both Hollywood and Washington. Some say that certain political figures are now quietly distancing themselves from Diddy to avoid being caught up in any potential fallout. But that's not the only group feeling the pressure. Hollywood's top actors are bracing for the worst. A-listers on the edge.
And no bitch out there say that she handled my shit. My father's a pastor, so my whole thing is that my grandfather being a pimp, it's just like I'm third generation Aaron Hall III. My father's is Aaron Hall Jr. He's a pastor, so I just skipped over it like checkers. And my whole thing is that if you never heard a girl say that no fucked up trick shit about Aaron Hall, then you understand that Let's Chill shit is some real shit.
So that was basically like from some life experience?
Now, my whole thing is that I just think that girls think that a whole lot of guys, run after they shit. You know what I mean?
Talk to me. You can say what you want on there.
But a whole lot of girls out there with the umbilical cords, them young 1970s, 1980s bitches. Yeah. You know what I mean? They try to go up there with the fresh out the pussy shit and think they can get like a nigga like Aaron Hall. I'm historical dick.
Yeah.
They fuck with me.
That's right.
If they fuck with me, it's a big dick. Everybody know my son's mother. Everybody know that shit. So
yeah, that's glory, and tell them about it.
So when you put Aaron's on it, when you fuck a bitch for 3 days and take the bitch hand and take him out of the man's hand, then you a retired pimp.
Yeah.
But at the time, as soon as I came to South Beach, I just grabbed her, and she'll tell you the same story. I just grabbed her and fucked her for 3 days, then Aaron's got on her pussy with an apostrophe S.
Yeah.
Like it's Aaron.
I mean, it was
3
like
colors on it.
Yeah, crazy glue. I mean,
my whole thing is that if niggas can't handle me, I'm not gonna never let them get my last name. If you can't handle my dick, you ain't getting my last name. So I've been single for 50 years.
All right now.
A whole lot of niggas out there, from Jamie Foxx to like Denzel Washington to whoever. Everybody know me.
Yeah.
So everybody know if I say it, I'ma fuck it to death. I like to fuck in public, you feel me?
Yeah.
So niggas can't say nothing about it. Them square ass niggas, them precious cake little dick niggas.
Yeah.
I like for them niggas to see how I fuck. Like if you speak to Jodeci or Puffy or any of them niggas, they been at my house, they all see me.
And me looking at this lawsuit, he also alleges that Diddy forced him to watch a video of Stevie J having sex with a man.
Who, Little Stevie? Huh? Who, Stevie? What Johnson used to call him, Stevie? Yo, I read that, man. I don't know if you know this, but then maybe they have a tape that we didn't see because the pictures was a little vague. There was an exotic worker came out and said that was him and not Stevie J. But in order for them to put that in there, they must have clearly thought it was Stevie J or think it's Stevie J. But you got to get this, check this out. He knew that this kid admired Stevie J and loved the work Stevie J had done in the industry in the past. This kid looked up to Stevie J. Now, what if Puff told him that was Stevie J in the tape? And the guy looked like Stevie J. He did facial, his face was fixed like he was doing some of the faces Stevie J be making. You understand? So now, the kid could have been drunk, kid could have been high. He was like, yo, Puff could have been like, yo, you talking about, this is somebody you admire? Look what he doing. This Stevie J right here. Now, in that kid's mind, he may have thought that was Stevie J, or he think that's Stevie J. If Puff told him that was Stevie J, it was Stevie J. So people can't say, oh, he lying and everything like that, because we really don't know what was said, but the kid said he told him, this is somebody I admire, this is somebody you got high aspirations for, that you want to be like, look and see what he doing. This is what you should be doing too. Wow, that was crazy.
And you knew Stevie J, right?
I knew Stevie J real well, bro. I knew Stevie J when he was with Bad Boy, one of the hitmen. When him and Puff fell out, I used to take Stevie J around and everything, bodyguard him in certain places and everything. Stevie J was one of those dudes. He was a good brother, but he always wanted to be seen.
And when you hear these allegations, right, you knowing Stevie J, do you think it's possible that he could be gay?
Get a bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber, so far so good. Montana. Do you know half the people you're naming? No. Good. If you were seriously dating somebody, would you tell? No. You have to get these margaritas out of here. Why aren't you drinking? Yeah, but last night. She didn't go to bed. I haven't been to bed yet. You haven't? I want to be Clay when I grow up for it. Oh, you're just so little. Like, my balls are just going. I got on a plane at 5:30 a.m. Go to this party. I think half the people there were butt naked. You would have loved it.
People might not understand. It's difficult when you see a brother that has so much promise become an icon as far as in the music business and stuff that he did, to turn around and just tear his whole life down. But it's all because of his
Hollywood's biggest stars are now fearing what might come next. Names like Leonardo DiCaprio, Jay-Z, and Beyonce have all been seen at Diddy's famous parties, and now they're reportedly worried about what secrets could surface. One Hollywood insider said, if Diddy talks, no one is safe. Many celebrities are lawyering up, preparing for a potential wave of scandals. The fear is that Diddy could expose a network of lies and shady dealings that would destroy the reputation of some of the world's most beloved stars. Hollywood's A-listers are bracing themselves, hoping they won't be dragged into the chaos. But it's not just the stars who are nervous. Diddy's business partners are feeling the pressure too. Business moguls feeling the heat.
We are learning in just the last few minutes that a federal judge is now refusing to grant Sean Diddy Combs bail. Instead, he's going straight to jail tonight after Diddy pleaded not guilty to charges of sex trafficking and racketeering. Want to show you some of these brand new court sketches coming into us, like literally in the last 90 seconds. This is Combs in court after prosecutors arrested him at a hotel in Manhattan. It's where he's apparently been living for weeks, according to what a person familiar with the move tells NBC News. All of it a tipping point now in that sprawling federal investigation into the superstar's alleged years of sex crimes dating back to 2009. As we're just getting in some new and deeply disturbing details about the allegations against him. What looks like a massive criminal operation, allegedly. At least 50 victims and witnesses so far. And at the center of it, these hours and days-long sex acts known as, in their words, freak-offs that Combs supposedly orchestrated to abuse his victims.
Diddy's long-standing relationships with powerful business figures are now being questioned. He's been deeply connected with some of the biggest names in media, tech, and entertainment. A source close to the situation revealed, there are billionaires who should be very worried about what Diddy knows. If Diddy starts revealing the secrets behind closed-door deals and hidden alliances, it could lead to lawsuits and a full industry shakeup. Business moguls who were once close allies are now distancing themselves, fearful of what might come out next. This could be a financial disaster for those tied to Diddy's crumbling empire. The big question is, could Diddy really take down Hollywood? Could Diddy destroy Hollywood?
What's up? Check this out, y'all. I am not about to be addressing every last thing that's going on in the world on the internet. But the thing I do have to address is this White Lives Matter t-shirt. I've always been there and I will always support my brother. Kanye is a free thinker. But the White Lives Matter t-shirt, I don't rock with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with it. And with the press and what fashion is doing, thinking it's a joke. But right now, all America has planned for us is poverty, incarceration, and death. So before I could get to any other lives matter, which all lives matter, you know.
Funny thing with the issues with like Puff I was having.
Thank you.
I went to the Waldorf and I saw a couple people who were just standing out in front of the space, just standing there. And I was like, oh man, Puff really does this. And it just made me think I gotta really get on my billionaire shit. So I went and bought a $50 million penthouse and I made Poison Me. And by the way, y'all done already fuck with me so much. Y'all already Black Mirrored me. You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends. Because when I was on TV, on Instagram saying, I don't know where my child is, and the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child, none of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you. Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got to talk is because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that.
The idea that Diddy could bring down Hollywood isn't far-fetched anymore. More and more people are coming forward with stories from his infamous parties, and the industry is realizing just how much influence he's had over the years. A former partygoer said, if Diddy talks, it's game over for a lot of people. The entertainment industry is built on secrecy, but Diddy's been a key figure for so long that he might have the power to expose it all. If he does, the fallout could be catastrophic, destroying the careers of Hollywood's biggest stars and executives. And some celebrities are already trying to get ahead of the fallout by speaking out. Celebrity confessions.
Mentioned other people platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bro, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room. Had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth.
Drugging high-profile men in order to pilfer crucial documents for personal enrichment and blackmail purposes.
Yes, you heard that right. They are accusing her of lacing drinks and things of that nature. So this story gets even crazier. Hold on, watch this.
Saga unfolded when federal agents executed a dramatic raid on the residence of music mogul Diddy, revealing a cache of incriminating video footage. This footage reportedly captures Kardashian engaged in activities that have sent shockwaves through the entertainment and legal worlds alike. In a turn of events that has both stunned and captivated the public, the FBI claims that Kardashian is not only involved in the theft of vital information, but also used it as leverage to further her own interests. The gravity of these allegations has sent ripples through Hollywood.
So at this point, it look like the feds been keeping up with the Kardashians just like us. So I'm gonna keep my ear to the street and I'll let y'all know what I know. I'm out.
begin as pressure builds. Some celebrities are already starting to confess their involvement in Diddy's world. From minor scandals to career-ending revelations, stars are stepping forward to get ahead of the storm. Kanye West has been especially vocal, warning the public about the dark side of fame and the secrets hidden within Hollywood. One actor stated, "Everyone's looking over their shoulder, wondering if they're next." Celebrities are scrambling to protect themselves as more information leaks, hoping they can distance themselves before Diddy exposes the truth. Hollywood's elite are terrified of being caught in the crossfire, but the legal teams are already gearing up for a massive battle. Legal showdown looms.
Today I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice. Let me say a little bit more about the charges. The indictment alleges that Combs abused and exploited women and other people for years, and in a variety of ways. As alleged, Combs used force, threats of force, and coercion to cause victims to engage in extended sexual performances with male commercial sex workers, some of whom he transported or caused to be transported over state lines.
Entertainment lawyers are preparing for what could be one of the biggest legal battles Hollywood has ever seen. If Diddy starts exposing secrets, it could lead to lawsuits, broken contracts, and even criminal charges. One lawyer explained, "This could be a legal showdown like no other. Attorneys are working around the clock to protect their clients, many of whom have been linked to Diddy's scandalous parties and deals. The stakes are incredibly high, and Hollywood's legal teams know that the fallout from Diddy's revelations could last for years." Even though Diddy hasn't spoken out publicly yet, the damage is already being felt. Fallout already beginning.
Looking at this lawsuit, right, Lil Rod, he alleges that, Diddy told him personally that he had sex with Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, even though they got Usher's name redacted, you could tell who it is because they describe him as the guy that performed at the Super Bowl.
Okay, now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right, just different blend. You need the ladies, you need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No. No, I don't know if guys have noticed this, like a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me, but just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat? You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning? No. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
People start getting gets kind of sexy. Is that what you're saying?
Even without Diddy speaking up, the fallout has already started. Celebrities are quietly distancing themselves, canceling appearances at his events, and doing whatever they can to avoid being caught up in the chaos. One insider said, "Everyone is scrambling to protect themselves before this blows up." Lawsuits are being filed, stories are leaking, and Hollywood's elite are starting to realize that this scandal could be bigger than anyone imagined. Diddy's empire is showing cracks, and the industry is bracing for what comes next. So what happens now? The future is uncertain, but all eyes are on Diddy. What happens next? With so much at stake, everyone is wondering, what will Diddy do next? Will he reveal the secrets he's been holding onto, or will he keep them buried? Hollywood's elite are anxiously waiting for his next move, knowing that if Diddy chooses to talk, the consequences could be massive. As one source said, if Diddy starts talking, no one is safe. Right now, the entertainment world is on edge, bracing for a possible storm that could change everything. Only time will tell if Diddy will be the one to bring Hollywood's darkest secrets to light.